If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
I was not felt there. I free now because he didn't spend so much
Within the premarital medical exam it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and some penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our court on some gym. So was he cut down one, but so bear money like a crow, so find your wedding, and you are
I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi, that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is marriage.
Wonderful woman.
If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
I was not felt there. I free now because he didn't spend so much.
Within the premarital medical exam it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and some penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our court on some gym. So was he cut down one, but so bear money like a crow, so find your wedding, and you are
I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi, that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is marriage.
Wonderful woman. Beautiful woman.
Ebusia for ene numere so yefam akwa batronko pan eba shi dwumedie no so yenim se mo afi it's been like 2-3 weeks near ye buy korokoro ni nti mo bompa na korokoro na nko korokoro nti o se ye streamline ye programs na ade kakra nti shi for ye ko holiday because of the coronavirus but nyame adom ya san aba empire ne ye bo se enche bia nyama be okay na ye bibia atoso kama and then so I share no as usual they make say topics in there very educative, very interesting. Na na papa ba ko e wo ye studio ha e papa panyin pa counselor ba ko pe oni e eba betwin komo afa mistakes in relationship nti edu a eniama e wo say ye boss no ananya me wo say ye sua no ye be yiye no ba ko e de aba na afi de ya hwe adesua e wo mu nyama 1 or 2 bia wo say ye pick ne ye de boy e brain all our relationships nti enu nti na ye hye mu wa ha nti ye sanso e ma mo akwa aba na ya kan esa no de bia yetena se ayede na se kese ma ya boafo and then mo hwe me look na a different look na me kwani afro wig ni nyina Gem Beauty Care Adaroma in the Gem Beauty Care o se o hwe me afro wig na wa ye me different makeup and na in edit he nti ye de na se kese e ma Gem Beauty Care for your makeup and your hairdo we here for engagement for you our anniversary any event at all now be say some we name kakra makeup na you can call them on 02077921001 02077921001 and then so as usual you so below AC table no so nyina we owe it to Fortune Juices anti-fosti Adaroma obetumi afro mo say we here for any local event biana you can call them on 0244508818 0244508818 we have local drinks for any local setting for any event you can just call on them in Rabakwa too almost dey bia almost share ema ye entire dia ye de betina set no so very simple yet very elegant we here so for any attire to be sewn for you for any occasion a wedding or a anniversary a party into maybe a will be just send it to in rubber quarter almost on me channel design kama e ama be a will be on the best send ama wonsa aka we here we from on 0209930465 0209930465 yam pese e be waste time cry ya kan is an be say you try ho ye buy ya dem komo no e be hehye so ha wow
if you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
I was not a felt there. I free now we could not because he didn't spend so much
Within the premarital medical exam na it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and sun penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and so back there.
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our cop one some gym. So was he cut down? Pass up bear money, dear Cacro, so find your wedding, and now I come.
Hey, I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man. This is what is marriage.
Wonderful woman.
So mama kwaba biom eba in the numeracy jumedi so senya meka and the discussion also is another interesting one. Over the period we've been talking about love, relationships and all that. Still was our trend new and then your topic near say kasafa mistakes be our relationship. The relationship is not limited to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, and fiancé, fiance, but I mean all are included, including the couple, mama worried that. And so into mistakes in relationship. You better introduce your papa. Now for the attitude common. You do baby so as usual. You baby a phone line. So our question be our suggestion be now they are to job. Say be no person events and why if papa how be boa now we nyasa enti ase no. Nti without wasting time your papa Mr. Samuel Eduama ewa sorry. My own no ankasa an introduction because that's my starting mistakes Canada. Mr. Samuel Eduama, he's the general manager of Ridge Royal Hotel Ewo Cape Coast Central Region. And he's here to help us to talk about the mistakes in relationship. He's also a renowned counselor. and so and now he's been married for so many years with 3 children. See, without wasting much time, I would want to say welcome to the She Show.
Thank you very much. Samuel Eduyama.
Samuel Eduyama.
Eduyama.
Okay. Daddy, you are welcome.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And then, per se, no teaching komokaka. A fine relationship, and to be precise, want to know certain mistakes in relationships. And without wasting time, I want us to first talk about mistakes. You can't mistake Krana. What is mistake? What is the word about? How do we understand the word mistake?
Mistake is straightforward. It's a mistake.
Okay.
But let's look at relationship.
Okay.
What is relationship? In that relationship, but relationship is everything in life. You told me a relationship with you spoke about your hair. You have a relationship with the person now, or your company now, or your makeup now. You have a relationship, and that relationship has a goal. It's a relationship. In the say out here, ujetum say no yema ope. So I'm saying, on the come out on your TV, so they say no yema a good job and also a good job. So let's look at relationship in terms of that. Say 2 people, 2 groups, 2 entities, 2 or more. Yet say you be in a certain way. They don't know a relationship. If you can say mistakes, let's just say 1. Auntie once in every and untina Mrs. Sabia my any or 2. Yen decided to every near a sequence of yeah. So the first mistake is, do we agree? Amos 3:3. Can we go together if we don't agree? There are different versions, but my paraphrase. So 2 can only go together if they can agree.
Not just in a relationship, they are what shares, not necessarily boy and girl, but Ubia only one kita Hudebia is a relationship. It's not just say if we agree to do something, now it's a mistake.
Mistakes, and now we have not agreed with I don't need about boy and girl relationship. Because I'm getting boy and girl and male female we start a relationship. There should be certain things that all of us agree. But most of the time we don't agree. Obia funny plan. So me say na me nim senia Obia no beruma suban eti. Nti e wo team. Me partner no so wo team. Ni e sequence no e reko. Obia kranaji ni. Ni nyina e ko. E ko kunto ko wi a na fini akọ hwe obi say what is happening to us. It is like a mistakes number 1 the communication.
And only idea come up with some of the mistakes that
number 1 the communication. That's my partner, whether in work, whether in school, whether in lectures, whether does he understand where we are going? Do I know what? Have I communicated properly to the other partner? Has the other partner communicated properly? If we all know when we have challenges, they're easy. The communication is number 1. Number 1, so we can break the communication down and then we will look at it from that angle.
Okay, but you're breaking it down.
Breaking it down, my family plan. Now, with that, there's a conflict because we'll be a chronic plan. 2 different people, very unique. Obia nimia ope. Me sure so call Isalo and we never with him. But he was able to convince you to accept. And I hope by energy. Because I have announced energy. So it's the communication that made it possible. You called me, say I'm running a discussion. If I didn't agree, or me person may come about relationship, now person may come before. Who some question I'm not with that to baby. Ever heard now?
Yes,
I got so one cup break now.
Yeah, she says.
Yeah, she name and Sunday.
We have.
The two guys will walk up break. We'll say break and I think because we still don't agree. So the most important thing is we should let the other person know what you want and also be open enough to agree. And so between the maybe to no accept the other person. Now the other person also to bring them maybe to no accept. Then it becomes easier to move. So communication is one, and in the communication we should be very open.
Very open. Actually, so people can still communicate, but if they are not open with each other, still the mistakes to be
yes, communication can be I guess American now also what can be but that will be now big be no say me Neamakan or baby. Neamati or baby. So we can move this conversation to another mistake of Mia Obi Akatrem. So third persons can be another mistake in relationships.
Third persons can be mistakes in relationships.
Yes.
Punchline.
Third persons. And the third persons can be anything. It can be mother, father. The most dangerous ones are friends.
Yes. If I'm understanding what you're saying, that means you don't even encourage that in a relationship of like two people, there should be a third person.
I say can be.
Can be.
Okay, it can be. If the third person tells you something and you are open enough to discuss and the other person understands, it will be a plus. Because the third person is adding value. Yes. Because you see, the relationship you have with one, I can have a relationship with a lot of people. I have a relationship with you today that we are talking. I have a relationship with maybe somebody who will send a message. You may discuss. So the third person can be maybe on a group with him. And what can answer my sharing one man advice. So it has a different relationship. But when it comes to the personal relationship, the one you want us to discuss about boy, girl, or yeri okun, fie, asem non there, a ma and parents, and non there. If a third person speaks, the inner circles also have to communicate. Then it becomes a positive. But what can now they show? Now can say, oh, there be a Milo and your fans are no other. Then to be if you now also talk with you, and so paper coffee. Now communication and going. The third people can be positive and can be negative.
Okay. And see, moving on, I want to know, is it okay to make mistakes in relationship? Is it a normal phenomenon?
Is it okay? It will come.
I mean, naturally.
It will come. Because nipa. It will be quite with me. I also work on some kind. I was watching the park and I said, so and I nipa yes, a son so. Well, until be a ne, I don't like this one. There be a manager but name in bed. I need to communicate it. So it's not like a normal thing.
So can there be a relationship where there are no mistakes? Because I mean, if the two parties are careful or the two groups are careful,
they are not honest to themselves.
Okay. So if you look at true honesty, then that means there will be mistakes.
Yes, it's part of the system, and it's part of growing.
Okay.
It's part of learning. It's part of so. Oshan go for what na chem. They've made the mistakes. And you're intentional. But come and share that over here. Into your it's easy for you to forgive. Because when you want to share that, no, you're also kind and also mirror. Then they do and then they move on. So it's something that is part of it.
I'm sure someone will be enjoying this part because if you feels that in every relationship with other people around here, probably there's always a case. Maybe I assembly or wanted, but connection, maybe she's feeling bad. What at all is with me? Maybe I'm a maybe there are issues and all that. And probably you have to make the person understand. Say it is very normal. Say when you come for a one kita when there will be mistakes.
But say baby, so go on the baby of go be an answer. But normally, no, there will be mistakes. And if you have a relationship, that's a mistake. I think my partner also should also be able to find a way of also communicating for me to get it. So, because a dual exchange. Into so no so to me who say, my son is to say what is happening. And then the longer the relationship, the better the understanding. The better they are quickly changing that a third person will think say they don't have a problem. So you can see certain people and everybody outside will think they don't have a problem. But walk behind the doors
there's a huge problem.
Yes. They resolve it quickly. Okay,
so that means it's really normal.
It's
like
normal.
You are saying, mistakes are normal. Okay. In a relationship, to say with discussion on relationship, naturally we are not really limiting it to just if we are opposite sexes. But
so say
no.
But can look at it.
We
are looking at general relationship. Then the same general relationship can be translated into the opposite sexes.
Okay.
Normally, you can have somebody who has a very good relationship in the office.
Okay.
He has a good relationship in church, but he hasn't got a good relationship in the home. Because he's not looking at the principles as the same.
Okay.
To say now, Kotokuraba na say Makola and Akijitia. Obitia on answer then away. Workers is sorry. On what tia workers is sorry. But who fee now we and our partner. If you tell cry for the fun of it. No can't crazy, but why shiny as well back now I was the forever. So because we don't translate relationship the way it is to the boy-girl relationship, and normally there are a lot of problems about it. Because if you translate it,
we could translate it
and it should be even more home so that you can practice it outside. But we practice it outside. Now I do feel there.
Okay. And so I want to ask another question, but with the relationship, you ensure the general relationship with people at the workplace, church, everywhere general. Then we'll look at the opposite sex as well. Some of the mistakes that we make in relationships. So in a relationship with a friend, a colleague at the office, a church member, what are some of the things that can happen when we say we mistake, and are certain things we shouldn't do ever causing mistakes in such a relationship? And then the boy
in a relationship of the general of the outside, it's not a relationship that is lasting.
Okay.
I have a relationship with you because I'm working with you, and it's for 8 hours.
Sure.
So I have to be very careful. I don't
Step your boundaries.
and over give you information.
Okay.
I don't need to give you all my information, including my private ones. We should stay within the professional levels. Church levels, we stay within church levels. Yes. But when we come to the boy-girl relationship where you want to live ever after, then the information gathered, the information shared should be more. It should be more. But interestingly, how can you share information?
So also, it's another question I want to ask, because we feel say boyfriend, girlfriend, I have to be extremely careful because this is somebody I want to stay with. This is somebody I don't want to lose. And say, oh, when you're back in your own. And also another question, maybe I say some of those things that we do. Do they bring mistakes in there? Do they cause mistakes in such relationships?
You see, at the She conference, remember that we had some discussions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nowadays we pair before we even start talking. Obi who will be chichi, I say it will be the sugar in my cocoa.
Water in my bread.
No, I catch it now for you. I say we see the minyan no na me worry. So we scale to lock the person up, both sexes. Miracle and would be and more to lock the person up. So we don't have the chance to communicate very well before we start the boy-girl relationship. Because there should be a social relationship before we grow up to be the boy-girl relationship. So in a social relationship, we are talking about information about myself. Like we was introducing me. At a lot of functions, the person is introducing himself. I'm married, I have 3 children. I work at Ridge Royal. I'm talking about myself. So somebody else will hear. Somebody else will hear. So people can say, oh, so if you want to Ridge Royal there, then meaning bit mark and ground once and I mean bit mark and down once and I mean bit mark and Juma once. It's a kind of relationship. But in a social relationship before we lock ourselves up. That is where I have to hide things from you. Because if I was open to you when there was no connection, said that and you still like me, then it's not a problem. But then I'm hiding a lot of things. I don't want you to know, because if you get to know, you won't like me anymore. And one day I get to know, when we are already married, what is going to happen?
Chaos.
We bet you prepare now wine. When you say 5 o'clock, I'll prepare part. And then I'm going for blue kiosk.
Blue kiosk.
I do feel that I find the annual banner because we want
to.
But why shouldn't you going to the blue kiosk and the bars and
also
generate another relationship? So say relationship with a baby, a baby generate another relationship, and that relationship will be a very open relationship that they can communicate. Yes, and now baby our lucky communication. You know, now you are losing that side. I wanted to look at it in that aspect. When you say every penny say every can but in general,
sure.
Because one should need a relationship clicks differently at different times and it keeps on clicking. But what kind of relationship are you creating? Are some of the mistakes in the boy-girl relationship pushing the partner away? If it is the mistake of pushing the partner away, men can't tell. Men over to call. It's a say when na my moody. All those things will push the relationship apart. And if you are not careful, it do not break up. There will be a better relationship with other people.
Okay. So when you separate, this one tries to go their own way. We also call it generate other relationships.
Girlfriend break up, but it's other relationships that are working.
But that is said to no more break it off.
Two don't pass away relationship again.
And to break up.
They won't pay. You see them struggling. Say my relationship is breaking up.
But you don't know what is happening.
But you are breaking it yourself.
In terms of say some of the things. Probably people are in certain relationships, you say but only near why near the other party, ma or more draw apart, and onim dia wakana dia wayama. The person tells him or her that there is something wrong with the relationship. What are some of the things I able to me? And even though we are looking at the general aspects, no, me say I can't start boy girlfriend side in Kakra because I have a lot of people who are watching. They want to listen to that part.
I wish somebody can give us a scenario of the boy girl one.
Oh,
because the boy girl one, it's still the same communication and the third person coming in. These are the only two things that can break the relationship. It's a third person coming in who is interested in one and will find ways of making sure that person communicates better with him or her than the one that they are in. I want to make it simple.
Okay.
I want to make it very simple.
Okay.
The main thing is communication. Sometimes mistakes need to be say open pray on our caution. Like I said earlier. Open pray on our caution. Once you find yourself there, open up. Tell the other person this is me. Okra now name read that. Okay, I say. But there's something about you that I can't put my hands on. And we are sure. Now we want to go together.
So you should tell me about it.
So tell me about yourself. Let me tell you about myself. And this
particular statement are we making is bringing me to another question now. Once some people get into relationships and they feel that because they want to be open, because they want to communicate more, or maybe can't show more partners the things that they have gone through in the past. Some of the things that you can't say might also bring problems in the current relationship, but they feel I need to be open. In that instance, what do you advise? Is it right to say because yes, communication, I'm opening up until you have to say everything, including if it's
you're born common American answer. Okay. Into information in the bank account because you want to grow me, you want to understand me, you want to know near my mama bufu, near my mufu. Into the only salvation of bufu, and so for quite out of a bank kakakra. Because at the end of the day, I will know. So what about kakakra? Okay. Let me be sad. Then near my name of bufu. Near my benema, I make kaya by your near my benema weniji. So, into the immediate brain. And I be bibi. I say, oh, I say more. It's way. I say more. When you say me catch a crowd, will be fool me because me or Brasha say no. It's only because of the feeling is the name anything. Me name will be about what you baby. About how? Me so me drew. One me drew say me catch up. But what you have me? Well, with time, and then I say the relationship will go with time. But in your face, the initial, I mean, no more than I feel some of but Ugusukanina, number of imagining, won't hear me do. Missa said, I can all Brahmin and Brahmin, and I said, who didn't know.
Or can in Temna if you know.
No Brahmin. Oh, pre-pram, what there's a kind of warming. It's if you finish and I'm not able to recover, what have you done?
That means some people do get to that stage now, they are not able to recover based on the Yamaya fashion. And I'm sure that is
and
what
then it can be used against you. It's Mankasi first, but also don't volunteer information. Rebecca. Now, Obetua say, oh, this is the situation, and then life goes on.
The call for BS and this and the messages been a tablet for him. If I say me, Baba Kudiana, yes, for BBS, I say, is it good to control significant others in relationships? I don't know the kind of controller. I don't know the kind of control.
I will look at it in the same discussions that we are doing. Say, minim, the way you are supposed to live, the way you are supposed to behave, monsieur or baby. Okay. Maybe that is the way my mother and my father's relationship. This is what I saw. Say, me mama no okay be and my father doesn't say anything. So I also go into a relationship and I want to do the same. Maybe from where you stand, oh mama no can be your father doesn't say anything. But maybe they discuss before they come out. In certain homes, the man is the managing director and area manager. And see, when we go to the home, it is the manager who does the day-to-day affairs and report to the managing director. It is a nima. The man is the manager and the lady is the managing director. So you can't look at somebody's own and use it. And one major mistake is that one. Into what can control, that's what person can say, oh, it be a mere weakling. So I am the one in charge. There are certain men like that. Only we are so the basic tables, no, you need them from Nanka and Makabudi. There are certain men that when they blow their home, will blow their home, pipi. Mufradi nina ubiege tini na papa paka kana papa pa na mufradi na skata. Why have to be skata ntino? Now tikichi. Now we change.
Waiting for the managing director.
There are certain people when the horn blows, everybody comes. So you control no can. Let me say there is not communicating. Yes.
Another question will be say, how good is it to keep secrets from your loved one in a relationship?
And I kind of secret in any way. It is a secret that okache me raw. It may break me down. Okay. You have to say it. You have to find a way of saying it. Then it goes easier for the person to understand you and maybe have sympathy for you and help you. Maybe it's still worrying you, so it will help you overcome it. But one kind of the right place. It's the same in our other relationship.
I just say, even in communicating, you should look at the timing.
The timing, the moods.
Okay.
And already cancel, so I said, we'll share the demeanor of the other person. We'll start now and go here, just. And
that means you should or calm it down,
no con we, you know, I say, I know, besides, I don't know, can say,
no, more.
Now the crack. Now I feel as I know, Opasuti and Abba, Opasuti, and what
now releasing a crack.
He said, Opaso correctly or Henia. Was in a rebel man. So, Nana is smart, because, oh, hear me, Mumra, me and come myself. But I don't know why that because Nana, rebel man, because, who are you?
Maybe you will declare.
No, so Nana man can you miss an honorable man home morning.
I'm sure, baby.
It's I feel quite in Venus or Casano and Cassia. Oh, and I want can in terms of maybe I'm not be antiasi. And in communication, what can no so no be a question.
Okay.
Now,
to answer your question, you shouldn't keep secrets, but you should take it out.
Give it at the right time.
At the right time, looking at the demeanor,
the atmosphere where you are.
Okay. And officer, another question. I say, what will be the end result of not taking differences in core values in relationships?
What will be
the end result of not taking differences in core values in relationships?
When he's talking about core values, he's talking about I hope he's talking about where maybe I grew up.
Okay.
We have certain values.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, I am matching. You have the compound house. Yes, sorry, I am matching. Your time I want you to bathroom. Your time I will be. I come from where you get up at 5 a.m. to pray. Somewhere they pray at 12 midnight. Somewhere even toothpaste. As you say, okay. Obi the neta out to zoom and sign of the guare. Obi so the paper not dry. You get it. Even to soap dry. So when you go there, their soap is always dry. Obi so the sunisa abakona I chaka. Do one more come patch out. Assembly of a can be a come patch out. You grab him Zenia, Titina, you grab him papa, now be a patch out. Now saying so okay, then one somebody grew up from a home where everything that is given to you, you say thank you. I'm fracking what the thank you, Nashinuma, and a please, and Nashinuma, or the Mao paying as one because thank you, because what do you see? Now I heard no. So, values no is my values. It is your values. Once we want to work together, let's set our values.
Okay.
And our values is not classroom wherever time you church or values, you know. Now me baby, now me feel like I come once and say, oh, I didn't care and say, oh, now they now pen say, yeah, George, me and I am value. I had a better So you realize that our children also, if the relationship end up in a marriage and children come in, they are also coming up with certain values.
The child is also coming with certain values.
It's from the two people's values, you know, the children are growing up with a certain value.
Okay.
And they also go and have a relation with somebody who has a different value. So values, you know, they open to find a day and masses are it be obi orma on to me in that soon because if you don't be can yes so akọwara we for be ocean in the just meter it's your also so odum can it is a value.
Yeah,
you need to come to compromise. I need to tell you why I can't sleep in the dark, because I had nightmares and things when I was young. I also need to tell you that this is the also. But they say I worry. Okay, in your nightmare, me down channel assume. And I answer home crying and find that I not maybe I met you, share me to me handle. Then if we do it once, twice, and still it's not working, then I have to go and find money to do the lights. If it works out, we've got a different value.
It's still talking about values. Another person, the bizarre question was, is it good to give up on your values?
It's the same thing. Why holding on to that value if it is hurting the other person? Then it means you are not ready for a relationship.
So in a relationship, it's so cool to give up on your values.
And discuss it. If your value is better for the two of us, why not? I'll go back to the communication now.
And my next question. Mistakes we've discussed a lot. My question is, are some mistakes forgivable? In a relationship, mistake biaba. Are there mistakes that always make us away dear into me find chowder? Because I say because and now no matter what happens after the mistake has been done, it's still forgivable.
If you can't forgive, how can you move on? Because we have a long way to go. So if you cannot forgive me, and any day, I say no. I say. And yet, I say, I need to make it. Now, I did not say it out. Now, say we say you will not forgive each other. Then you better part ways. Because I'm there, you always see me, you always remember. If you keep on not forgiving, the interesting thing is, it's not the one who offended you who suffer.
One I will suffer.
Yes. The offended one is on kind or suffer. Instead to me, final no can. No way. In this one, I offended now. So if you want to see Bibia, friend, be nesu gunusu, can you pick a chair and say now you want you need and then get it out of you.
Okay. Are there certain ways that if there are mistakes in relationships, we can solve them? We've talked about communication a lot. Is there another way? Communication, of course, if you be a bit to me, I can say open up and talk to the person. Is there any other way somebody can use to solve a problem in that relationship?
That's where we started. Then the third person has to come in.
So now
the third person, you know, yeah, positive and
negative. Okay.
A third person has to come in.
Okay.
And no, between soon now, this is what I have done, and it's causing trouble. Then the person can come in and say, it is a normal thing that happens in life. Now, our example should be market also ABC say. And when they trashed it out, they were able to move on. So everyone decided then you need counseling.
And so the counselor will be the third
person. It can be yourself, it can be a friend, it can be a trusted friend, not friend that who's opportunity about. When you Bema share cash in this and I said won't pay kakra you there and I said won't pay there. And the man will pay.
Okay, so in solving such mistakes, we have to communicate, and then, if necessary, a third person has to come in. Okay?
Or listen to programs like this.
Sure.
It's still a third person.
Yes, it's still a third person. But your person will call back to one of the things one of the girls said. Once I can say relationship, we are looking at the general. But again, some people are also interested in looking at that other side of it. And there are moments I had a lot of relationships going sour because a big car about ex and all that. Some people are thinking it's not bad. Others too are thinking that it's a mistake that you make in a relationship if you talk about your ex. Paponi Bisa says, is it necessary for both partners to be talking about their ex while in a relationship?
When you talk about the ex, are you talking about the ex to spike me, or you are talking about it to encourage the relationship? If every day Biani maybe I'll be kind and say, oh ex no,
NC,
and we ex and say and now they won't hear Papa cry and Brana me see.
Phone lines. And I say, young couple for the join here. We'll come back to this. Very interesting. Please, you can join us in the discussion by calling 0207566-185 0207566-185. Now, person Chivia na ode account amai. Ana 054-329-1074 054-329-1074. Wait to me affair and any of these lines for sure your beji also. Daddy Pacho is be a can and who him.
And I can also work so can't. They be now the susu now they compare. And now they even positive cry.
Please hold on. Hello. Hello. Oh, sorry. Pacho sound fair. Why? Let him Pacho into us.
We are 42 cry. And
hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. No, Pacho didn't baby our Fefi.
Pacho family you could be very assignment.
Okay, Pacho yet you.
I'm a Pacho say yeah. So when you open it and I say, hello.
Pacho yet you.
Pacho me casa.
Me Pacho yet you pa.
Okay, me Pacho say yeah, I know pa. Just to say December now. Over to the other book now. We like for coming in as a into what should you do?
When you're back to Nan to quite a seer, what should you do? Hello? Oh.
Say, in the car bar. In the car, they say we've been a coffee bar. And you won't come as a now.
Yes, over. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening. Oh. But I'm not sure your lines name my Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho, didn't baby out Fefi?
You need it great.
Pacho free. Oh. Pacho sound free. Pacho mo fra. Munlo amu TV volume ne kakra. Enya sa I my feedback. Na je ne call off. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Hey, make us a positive cry. And now we be kakra. Oh. Sanka, my son is seen a Kawasaya dear mammy.
Hello, yes, good evening.
Hello, good evening. No, Pacho didn't baby out Fefi. Okay.
Let me say, when you about now, what they see me saying, what should you do?
Okay.
That's why they watch taking the temple.
I'm saying, why man the temporize visa and the buff.
And what can
the only reason I say over someone you do not can be now what can be here.
And what can be actually.
And what should you do?
And what can be actually.
But I'm
also can be trained.
And just what should you do? You just talk, right?
The one can was now on patcho. Ubia, I am on Ubia patcho. Ubia, Kaka, Grant, Ubia patcho, Kaka. Then one in near Queen. Now, yes, maybe we won't say. Next time, say we be bar. Mr. Tommy Bossy, now so I told us.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah, if I come in for a program as well.
Yeah, Pacho, we didn't be our faith.
Or very great.
Pacho, faith. Okay, me Pacho,
TV.
If I saw if I saw me, I think that
okay. If I show lower TV volume, no crammer, why?
Okay.
Lower TV volume, no my any ending come.
Yo. My son says.
If I show more fra, mon lower mo TV volume. Hello.
Hello, Auntie Helen.
Hello.
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 Hello, good evening.
Let me patch you answer.
You.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, why are there, man, Papa? Baby, I'm feeling and baby, I'm coming feeling the person get fed up. So it's not only the negative, but even the positive. I don't know one of the others or moving.
I shall hold on. Hello. 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 Hey, then there goes some. Pacho, I'm show me lines. Them me why? Pacho be great. Pacho,
talking about your past.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Lana.
Hello. Oh.
But like we said,
so you can say
don't bring that person as the subject every day.
Okay.
Because we pan out now. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho, didn't you be our faith?
Pacho, my friend is Tina.
Pacho has a free. Okay, Pacho, yet you.
Pacho, the question is, so understand how now, then when he said, will you want to give your account to picture? Now, then I'm a so secret, no. Anytime you're on anything, and so I know you should start my game to buy. Then I'll be.
Okay. Pacho, me that's it. Pacho, it's in question. Okay. It's in this case, I'll say over ending. Now we're talking about some secrets here. Yeah. We are supposed to talk about them gradually. Now we say, oh, you are using it against me.
It's the same communication.
Pacho, hold on, we have to start this one. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, no. Pacho, didn't baby our friend?
Yes, friend me Anita.
Annie baby.
Yes, darling.
We run away, friend, if you knew. Run away.
Oh,
run away. Mashada, then may you win in Napi. Mashada, Pacho. Pacho, yet you. Annie Pacho, yet you.
Oh, may go a basso. Say, a jumapa and chassis, you know. You go to cream. I bet this I don't shoot you. I think it's a good discussion, and because a lot of relationships are failing, and for marriage, we don't want to talk about it because of these petty mistakes we are doing. It's me for my basso. Say, you go to church, then never boy. They avoid mistakes. then I enjoy a relationship and a marriage. In fact, Ocean one, my family, Auntie for Steve, Sister for all our sponsors, Rabam, Yadabasipa.
Yes, that's your feel into the Bena Weber. We
don't have a current chum.
But your feel into the end of Rawai, Kuro, the American Casano. Yeah, that's it. Daddy Pacho, answer. Oh, so hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, no. Pacho, didn't be our Fifi.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel.
Calling from?
Calling from Accra.
Okay, Ima, it's you.
Yeah, I want to find out if you met your wife and your mother-in-law insulting you. And at the point your mother-in-law said, hello,
Ima.
No. What would be the answer? Your reaction.
Hello, Ima.
Yes, ma'am.
Please call back. The line is not so clear. Okay.
Okay. Rana said it's the same principle like the fear. Now, one man information, and the other person is not taking the information very well. If there's also something as you no to me catch and say, Mama information. It's an no I've said something about myself because I don't like it and I don't want you to find it somewhere. That's why I told you. Now you are using it against me. What do you want me to do? Do you know, there should be a discussion on it. Say, you are hurting me. Every day it's not some
but what do some people what do they want to gain? Some secrets. This is why some people are also keeping some secrets away, which is also hurting the relationship. It's another mistake because I can't say you ain't release it. But to be so, I said Nikesi, my culture you are using this again. What do those people aim to achieve? What do they want to achieve?
We don't want to know what the person wants to achieve or not. We are talking about the two people having a relationship. Into my culture now, the way into yourself, what I say, you are all proud. So make me proud. I gave you the chance, and you have done it to me once, twice, 3 times on the same issue. Okay. What do you need from me that I can do for you to forgive me? If he says I cannot forgive you, then the third person has to come in to help the forgiveness. Otherwise, after sitting down again, now say, but what you are doing is also hurting me. That's a who perceive to an amount. You should be able to also not hurting me every day. How are we going to go together and you want to hurt me every day?
It's in an instance where a third party has come in, Yakasa still the person keeps doing that. What will be your
in the relationship? I do another day.
So we are not going there.
We are not going there. It should be able to work. If we all want to move together, that's why I'm saying I'm quoting only one. We work together because we agree. Now we are working together. Something is bothering my mind of past, and I've shared it with you, and it's still now it's turned into your issue, and you are not satisfied, and you are bringing it back to me. Something I wanted to forget, something I wanted to talk about and forget. You keep on reminding me.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho, didn't baby our favorite.
Pacho program in here.
Me Pacho Annie.
Pacho Papa no.
Me Pacho ye ti olo wa TV volume no kakra wai. I say we are cousins. I mean, who how I
so I don't know a relationship. It's not because you ain't kakraka. You ain't translate. I have no boy-girl relationship now. You feel say one day so send as say solve no. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And no crap necessary communication here more. Now, why get me? I am here. My car will say reply me. But we are going together. Until I also find a way not to hate me. There are some people who catch on. On us back up, baby, I don't know how to catch them.
1 minute. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, Pacho, didn't baby our faith.
Pacho, me doing the Quabaname Cafe for coffee.
Okay, Pacho, yetio.
The Pacho did you more the family on the counselor now, so a counselor because we are minimum number now.
Pacho, ye show na ye beju number until producers Pacho Moncho ne number until my area be find the number na your friend back. Not only need to come. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Daddy Pacho answers.
Yo, Eti, once we are moving together, and there will be two be nice. And there will be head to be. That's how they obi or born and that's also win gem. Then one out of the quiet. It means we are not ready to move together. Now, obi also is a clock on the cry and come out to the obi on what's here and say, "Oh, can't you be so nice to tea?" Now I react to it, and it's very yo. Sometimes we need to give space for the other partner to react to it. Honestly, and then give the person time to heal. Then we move on. But what catching and I say, okay, and also what the implications.
Okay. Matisa and Kofo send messages for Facebook into producers, but you fan send them and to me and can be a question be woman to me and beside the answer. Instead, my final question to you. How can we make your relationships to flourish and avoid maybe mistakes and breakups and all that? Maybe one or two things we can do to help our relationships to go well.
We should concentrate on our relationships and stop looking at the partner from a different angle. Two people.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Pacho ma only so kakra ma ye
Good evening.
Good evening. No, Pacho didn't baby afefi.
Pacho me pepi labadi.
Pacho ma only so kakra.
Pacho me pepi labadi me di mark.
Okay, Mark, Pacho yeti.
Pacho, better we are mini castle and mini and casta. Number.
Okay, Pacho, also you bet your number and we'll call you after the show.
Pacho, say.
You bet your number, you bet your number too until after the show, you bet your why. Okay, yeah, that's it. Pacho, your message is number from Facebook, let's go through that quickly. Rosie Appear, I'll say, please, I want to ask you, can I kiss my bestie? If yes, why? If no, why? And then she also says, please, after the show, can you type the reason for me here? She wants an answer to her question. Another says, I love you, Uncle Sam. That is Nana Yausa.
Thanks for friend Uncle Sam, just only me.
Yeah. Now, I would like to know how to handle...
Okay.
I'll say, I would like to know how to handle anger issues when it comes to relationships.
Okay.
Please, a minute. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, no. But you didn't baby our Fifi.
But your friend is not kind. I got to see a car.
Okay, Donkey. Let's hear you. But you yet you.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Doctors. But you yet you.
Okay, I don't want to start program a very educated.
Thank you.
And then
okay, thank you.
Let me say about long distance relationships.
Okay.
Like some of the mistakes, you know that the person is not close to you. See, how will you do to keep the relationship going? But I want to the question answer. Okay, so I'll be expressing the answer.
Thank you. Pacho you. Please, did you get the question?
I get the question. So, like I was saying earlier before, that's why I'll answer this one. Two people. So concentrate on how I can let you know me and how I want to know you. And let's concentrate on that and move on. Instead of judging, say, obinim ye esenwo. Enti yeseni obi beye. Let's grow ourselves. If we don't grow ourselves, now somebody wants to grow the other person more than the person and having a different mindset on you it's very difficult. Now, long distance relationship is one of the most difficult things that you can think about. Because you can be talking to somebody. So if I couldn't jina when him nasa when nakasa, what me say na all can hear na saying. But if it's a long distance relationship, it's difficult when you are solving sensitive issues. But in the same way, communicate more.
Okay.
If it's a long distance relationship, communicate more. Get to know the other person's programs.
Okay.
Especially as I approach here, the timings here different. They say to me who time are able to me I communicate very well. And who timings na approaching so you must say you friend not say my busy so long distance relationship is difficult, but it's more of communicating more, knowing when to communicate, what to communicate. Na so be I do say be a Sunday will say na John Albert sorry na abon come say then what to me a program on now no nipa kono I communicate more. Without communication
and even when there are certain issues in the relationship now we back on it. Let's not even take outside, but still in Ghana and it's still long distance. If you are crying or boss you or something, if there are issues in there, still is it just
there shouldn't be an issue because there's a relationship. There should be an issue because that's in Biaba.
Yeah.
If you are in Ghana, not saying be bad, but more than appetite, now go to the other person and go and discuss it.
Okay.
Don't use the phone. Okay. I think phone and text messages can honor any relationship and content. I say, because now say, "Bibi kakre, bi on jeno kra na pa. First time phone I didn't know. Obekwe juma, obejeno kakra, sana and you remember share of you, no biya jeno kakra, sana we discuss it. And yeah, a little bit careful in quickly replying to maybe I want when in June. And yeah, careful. And that's one of the things. Yeah, trust the person a little bit. Say, I have a little bit of doubt. Let me cross check. Than to immediately you hear, believe, and start firing.
Okay.
Well, then in our modern setup, that's all we should check.
But your time is so, but I want us to answer Facebook for answer more.
But I'm not saying I don't count relationship.
But probably if you could say it like in brief.
I don't count relationship. There can't relationship in terms of mistakes in the relationship. Yes.
Okay.
Until you know what you answer.
Have we finished talking about how to flourish?
How to flourish in a relationship in a manner, communication and incomparable. And don't rush to judge. Don't rush to judge. Doubt, kakra, and find a way, in a nice way, to get the truth. And when you get the truth, by the back of your mind, I still want to move on. So look for solutions instead of looking for a way of bringing the other person down. That's what be an and say, yes, you're coming in out. Papa be an I mean, I'm going to give the lady bitter words. What's my name? Be where could do no, Kai said no. I've been insulted until I sign it. So I command bitter words. In a relationship, you don't give bitter words. Let our words be more of encouraging. Let's encourage ourselves so that we can go further. But if we start giving ourselves bitter words, I'm here bitter words.
I'm imagining how he cooked the bitter.
Oh, he was say, I'm going to give him bitter words.
Wow. You consider him concoct bitter words and go and give it to him. That's wonderful.
Also, he has been insulted, but he's going to give her bitter words. Which means, oh, can't be a man who on us all quite 3 days to cry.
It's serious. Okay, so your time is so, but major question, Biava, and that will be our last. Is it a mistake to have sex in relationships?
The relationship is a bit worry.
Okay, it's the relationship where it hasn't gotten to marriage, but boyfriend, girlfriend. That
if it's not gone into marriage and you're talking about sex, okay, there were no implications. It never be brave to me, but I don't think that Obitumi Kasim was past, and how do I tell? So a normal relationship, and no problem with the past to tell. And sex have its own implications. Utmost child. So I didn't even baby I call it. And that's how for about end. I will need diseases. I will need, you know, in my relationship, you know, a certain level. And that is where if the relationship doesn't go on well, you feel bad. That's why did I open up to the other person who was not ready to open up to me. It's a very dicey.
Because in this day and age, most relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, yeah, you can now sex is the order of the day.
But then I can't fear a crowd because on the back, I gauge it. Say it go be the sugar in my cocoa. So he or she didn't come in for a relationship. He came in for sex. So in this account, no way. So it's not a relationship. It is a neighbor. I have you have something that I wanted.
Okay.
Okay. So what time I give it to my casa. Normally, your friend relationship, but that's not the way it is. You have something and I want it. Okay. And I will get it by all means. So I'll come and behave like I like you. Let's go on a journey. You do cancel no book on no round. And that happen a lot of times. So you have to be very careful whether the person is a relationship. Then you can have small mistakes and resolve it. And now okay,
that is the final word. Like with all that we have talked about in summary, what would be the information out there to everybody?
In summary, like we are ending, don't go into a relationship with your mind set. Go to a relationship because you want to know the person, you want the person to know you so that you can move further. Don't go because you are looking for something. Now it's money, it is sex, it is fame. I want to be seen with you. Okay. There be a TV soon. One day be a TV soon. So you might think it's a relationship. The person too.
It's for something else.
Yes. So once you become selfish in a relationship, it never moves on. So let us work on our relationship. But when it's we understand ourselves. So when we be worried for a long time. No, I say we've been on the girlfriend, why is we've been on the bar, we've been on the effort. They worked on it. It's not something that you wake up one day and
it just happens.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Ibiama, God bless you so much. If you want to number, but you bet your number is
in now, baby, answer now.
It's we measure our numbers now, friends, so that we know the next step. It seems on person no can further things. Apart from your into that in your main shall be brave. Kuro time you send by this time we should feel crown oh yeah, but ya chinwa ba studio sir. Your main shall be brave. God bless you so much. I hope so another time you feel on swap. Over around now. Only have a chair knowledge.
I bet sana kuro calling I can't reach yourself.
Amen. Ebusianfo aha na yedi dwumedi ne besi ye da mo asepa mo frɛ ye mo join ye wo Facebook mo send ye messages na ye da mo ase say mo kan ye ho e ma ye discussions ni mo friends ayi ntumi ne mo ankasa na ye lines ni ntimo mfa nche. We are hoping say next time mo fry to be in a better shape na you to me edi nkomo papa ye da mo ase. Want to thank our crew members and your mo anka mfidie ye a ye di sisi he ye di twa mfunini na anka Enko Square. Mama Shade, Josephine, Mamiesi, Kweku, Captain Winna. We say a very big thank you to all of you. Nyamin Shambibi. So I'm saying that you are for us. Gem Beauty Care, Adaruma, your face me. I edit here as usual. On one at the Domase because they make us look beautiful every Tuesday. Until Uhiamo for any occasion and any event, you can call them on 020-779-2101. 020-779-2101. Sasuna Fortune Jesus and then Mr. Diama one no miss so bolonisa. I last on before we fear now are finishing in Fortune Jesus Adaruma. you can call Auntie Fosti on 0244 508818 0244 also on Rubber every week we will try a simple and very nice styles. Now you diabetes now you show us into here more for any attire and any clothing for events. You can call them on 020-993-0465 020-993-0465. Yadamuni na ase medin chia kese pa Emma Anita runaway lady ndede wa frɛ we bisa yase nyame sha we be hoping that after Korokoro tenya kan you will join us at the studios very soon. So also na edin chia Emma Doro bibia will be want to say a hello to you. Mr. and Mrs. Anan, God bless you always for doing the watching. So also now make Mr. and Mrs. Kabute and Mr. and Mrs. Brown also Omowo La Paz, Accra. Yamin Shamuna for always supporting us on the She Show. Next week, Yami Adoma will be right here, 6:30 sharp. Niesiha. Very interesting topics I will be discussing. So you shouldn't change your dial. Tuesday, 6:30. Next week, Yami Adoma. Yebishia. Bye bye.